Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 2020 My Team Career, this time for the American Grand Prix, so let's get right into it. Okay, so here I am, out for my flying lap, my last one of the session, and well, it doesn't really matter where I qualify, because I am actually going to get like a 65 grid place penalty, I think, for changing a couple of things. I had to change like 2 things anyway, so that would have been a 10 place grid penalty, and I was like, well, might as well just change everything else and not run old parts, and hopefully give myself the best chance of getting as much points as possible in the last 3 races after this one, because this one probably isn't going to go too well, starting from last place. Of course, last season I actually finished P2 over here, and I was I'm pretty sure I was quite close to the win, but we're probably not going to get that close. But I'm hoping to get at least a couple of points. Top 10 finish would be decent. And then I've been looking at the other stuff where I could, so after this, of course, there's only the Mexican Grand Prix, the Brazilian Grand Prix, and then the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix after this until the end of the season. I'm pretty sure during this race Mercedes can steal, or can like get the constructors standings, like they can take the constructors trophy away already at this race, but yeah, that's going to be quite interesting to see, as actually Charles Leclerc qualifies just behind me in P9, so hopefully he can go on to fight for some points. But bad news, Mercedes want to, I guess, let's see what we can do in this race and see how many points we can get.
Here we are then in one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fabulous Austin, in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself 14 miles southeast of the city centre and home to the US Grand Prix since 2012. The latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and 12 at this anti-clockwise 3.6 mile track. And we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Red. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Sergio Perez, and Leclerc, Sainz, Norris, Stroll, and Roman Grosjean. Gasly, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Giovinazzi, Jordan King, and Ocon. Kvyat, Magnussen, Alexander Albon, and George Russell, De Vries, Latifi, Ricciardo, and Red. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, so here we are lining up for the race to get underway. As you saw over there, Charles Leclerc moves up to P6 after quite a couple of more people get penalties. But it's lights out and away we go, and we get a flyer like we normally do, going down the inside up to P20 already. P18, how much is going to be trying to avoid contact. I tried as much as I could, but up to P10 already behind the first corner. That is definitely going to help us get some points, at least that one. And now as we go a bit further along into the lap 1, I send it down the inside of Stroll. Some contact over there, but I think that was kind of mostly on strokes. I was on the inside as much as possible. Now skip forward onto lap 4. I needed to do something with the tyres to get ahead of everyone else, because the car actually felt quite a lot slower than last season. We've definitely improved in some areas, but kind of worse than others. And I don't know, just for this track, it kind of felt quite a lot slower than season 1. Of course, when we got P2, and now I'm fighting for P10, maybe a bit more. On lap 8, loads of people pit. Well, quite a couple of people pit. We got up to P19. Lap 9 over here, more people pit, quite a big chunk. Most of the AI runners over there up to P12. But all of the people who were ahead of me stayed ahead of me. These people are just the ones who were behind me before the pit stop. So that earlier pit stop did not help me at all, which is definitely not the best. As we go on to lap 12, the virtual safety car's Pierre Gasly is out of this race. And now the safety car didn't really last too long, just about like 20 seconds to be honest. As we've gone to lap 12, and we are defending from Ocon to see if we can take away 2 points instead of 1, as it could be the deciding factor going into last couple of races. Now over here, down the main straight, I actually let Ocon pass quite a couple of times on these last couple laps, just to get DRS away from him, because I knew that I was at a disadvantage over here. As you can see over here, I don't like the lap before, because I think we crossed the DRS protection point at the same time. But on lap 13, I do get DRS from him instead of him, so instead of having to defend and probably failing and go down to P10, I can attack Ocon and get back to P9, and hopefully, yeah, just get as much points out of this as possible. Now that move kind of was unnecessary. I could have just waited for this long straight to get DRS. I could have spun out, crashed out, and DNF'd over there. I got 0 points, so should have just waited until the long straight for the DRS and to pass Ocon. But it was kind of yeah, if I didn't pass him there, I would have gotten 0 points. Well, I would have had no other opportunities to overtake him during the lap. So I kind of felt that I needed to overtake him right at the start, just in case. Now, as I said, the Mexican Grand Prix after this. Last season we finished P4. I think we can get up to the podium this time. Brazil P7 last time with penalty. I think we can get onto the podium again. And Abu Dhabi P5 last time. I think we can get another podium over there. So we need 3 podiums, hopefully at least 1 win, to win the championship.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. And now let's take a look at the
So
driver's
another
stats.
Mercedes
It's a
1-2,
great
definitely
result
not
for
what we
Lewis
wanted, as
Hamilton,
we are now
who's further
quite
ahead
far
at the
away
top of the
from
table. Let's
the
focus
rest
on
of the
driver
pack,
of
well,
day.
from
Anthony
Hamilton and
Davidson,
Bottas,
who
as
gets
Charles
picked?
Leclerc goes up to P4. It's absolutely brilliant race for him, as yeah, we go down to P3 and we have 32 points behind Hamilton. Charles Leclerc goes up to P12 with 22 points. Actually, he kind of turned up his performance during like the second half of the season. But yeah, I need at least 1 win, hopefully 2, with the last 3 races to actually have a chance to kind of come back into this championship fight. In the constructors, it stays the same. Nothing's changed. We're still P3. We're gonna probably finish there, but it's all eyes on the last 3 races of the season. Who is going to take the driver standings, the driver championship? Who is going to win? I guess we're going to see, within the next 3 races. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.